In light of events where PvP is mandatory, there are many players who have never stepped foot into a PvP zone and so don't know how to enter and, even more importantly, how to leave once your needed daily quest is complete. Both entering and leaving the Imperial City and Citadel can be tricky, so let's get started. So first up, let's talk about the easy thing, which is entering either the Imperial City or Citadel. To do this, you simply open up your Alliance War panel by pressing L by default. This opens up this screen where you can either join Citadel or Imperial City. There are great guides out there on the differences between the two areas, but just understand that Imperial City is a large circular shaped zone. It's separated into named quadrants, which will help you later, and Citadel is a full-blown map zone like you would encounter out in Tamriel, but with keeps and fighting points separated into 3 equal sections for each faction, with each faction controlling more or less keeps and thus land depending on the swing of battle. Imperial City is generally more small group PvP, whereas Citadel is more large scale battles. I happen to prefer Citadel, but I digress. Alright, let's choose the Imperial City first and then join a CP group. Your choices here are usually broken down into CP or no CP, so if you're low level, I would suggest no CP. Otherwise, for the purpose of completing events, just choose whichever you prefer. I myself am going for CP as my character's higher level, and I'd rather have CP at my disposal. You go under where it says Name and right-click the name and select Enter Campaign. Now, looking at the map for Imperial City, you see it has 3 branches. These, of course, are the 3 branches of the 3 factions. Where you are now is your faction's location. This will be important later if you need to get back to this location. The map is also split up into levels. You enter in the sewer level, and then the missions take place on the upper levels. To go to those, simply travel here and look for the ladders. These ladders take you up to the surface. Once up there, the only way back down is through either the ledge you arrive on where your NPC will be, or if you're on the ground running around the Imperial City, you need to look for a sewer grate back down, but be advised, if you take just any grate, you might end up far away from your own faction's sewer location, and then must run or fight through numerous mobs and possibly players to reach your faction's sewer location. In these circumstances, I suggest running. Now back here in the ladder room, before going up any ladders, I suggest going to the bank here and depositing your Telvar stones into your bank so you don't lose any upon death in the city above. Dying from players or monsters in the city above causes you to lose 50% of your Telvar stones, so the less you have, the less you lose. When you're ready to travel up to the surface to complete a mission, travel to the ladder room, located here, and in this room you'll find a room full of ladders as we discussed. Now these will take you up to various parts of the city. Which one you choose might matter, but I normally just go to the Memorial District as I've heard it has the easier dailies to complete, but it might be heavily patrolled by other players who think the same way, so the choice is yours. A side note, if the ladder will not let you travel up it, wait a second and try again until it allows you to go up. I believe things going on in the city above, such as factions taking control of an area, can prevent you from traveling up a ladder. So, once up the ladder, you are on a ledge, which is somewhat safe from enemy players. If you're too close to the edge, they can reach you with ranged attacks, so be careful. Once you accept the mission, which could be defined or a kill mission, complete it, and then it's time to go back down to your own faction's sewer location. Now, if you just take the closest sewer grate as mentioned before, then it will more than likely send you far from your faction's location. I suggest taking the one that is highlighted, or you can die and end up back on the ledge, which then allows you to take the safe, direct path back down to your sewer faction. It should be highlighted if you actually completed a quest, and I believe it shows you exactly which is the closest one to reach your faction. So once you reach your sewers faction and can turn in your quest, you're free to leave. But how do you get out of this place? So back at this spot on the map, in what I call the center room where you first entered, there are 2 doors on opposite ends of the room. Take the one not leading to the sewer tunnels and voila, you are back out in the safe world you know and love. You're welcome. I hope you learned as much as I did with this guide, and also hoping my boasting about them being fast are accurate. That's going to do it for this guide. Remember to have fun, treat each other with respect, and stay positive.